Welcome to my video. My name is Nagaring. I am a student in Business Administration Department in Manado State Polytechnic. Now I will present my presentation with topic about effect of leadership style on employees' performance. Chapter 1 Preliminary 1 Background. Individual human before is the foreigner of behavior shown by individuals in the community or organizational environment. When I does not interact with the informant at large to determine their own desires and needs. In conditions like this, human need to be read by people who are considerate. 2. Formulation of the problem. 1. What is the meaning of leadership? 2. Explain the leadership style. 3. Explain the meaning of employee performance. And 4. What is the effect of leadership style on employee performance? 3. Objective. 1. Know the meaning of leadership. 2. Know the leadership style. 3. Know the meaning of employee performance. And 4. Knowing the influence of leadership style on employee performance. Chapter 2 Discussion. 1. Understanding of leadership. Leadership is the ability to influence a group towards achieve goals, while the definition of leadership according to Richard L. Duff is the ability to influence people who lead to achieve goals. From some of this definition, it's very clear that leadership is management function that is closely related to achieving organizational goals. People who perform leadership function are usually called leadership, or in English leader. Based on the definition of Ricky W. Griffin, leadership in individuals who are able to influence the behavior of others without having to really influence them. Leadership are an individual who are acted by other people as leadership. Great mind theory. Great mind theory assumes the nature of leadership and leadership talent are brought from the moment the person is born. Theory of personality traits. This theory of personality trait theory believes the people who are born and trained with certain personality will make and excel in leadership roles. Behavioral theory. Interaction to the theory of personality. Behavioral theories are behavioral theories, products and perspectives and leadership. This theory focuses on the behavior of leadership rather than their mental, psychical, and social characteristics. Contingency theory. Contingency theory assumes the tree is not based widely, and the state and its leadership style must be based on curtailing situation and condition. 2 types of leadership style. 1. Authoritarian. Authoritarian leadership style are only self-carted. This type of the very dominant and does not provide the opportunity for workers to express their opinions. Communication all run on director and all command must be carried out. 2. Democratic style. The leadership style that is preferred by workers today is democratic. Democratic leadership style always involves other members to make decisions and not impossible their will. Every employee is given the freedom to issue his aspiration for mutual success. A boss who uses this style, managing his performance will be very easy because coordination is created by itself. 3. Situational. Very rarely are leadership using situational leadership style in decision to serving as the instructor. Also guiding the helping, the influence of leadership style will make works have explains they can be emulated. The leader can adjust to the condition of his workers. 4. Charismatic. Charismatic possesses an easily controlled their subordinates using authority and calm. The influence of leadership style will of course make employees carry out their orders in related without protest if you look at 3. Definition of employees' performance. Employee performance is the level of achievement or work result of person from the goals that must appear at the must be achieved or tasks the must be carried out in accordance with their respective responsibilities in a certain period of time. 4. Effect of leadership style on employees' performance. Effect of leadership style on employee performance. That is an hypothesis that the leadership style variable has a positive and significant effect on employee performance based on a number of analyses and the following studies. Anoraga argues that leadership is ability to influence subordinates through communication, both directly and indirectly, with the intention to move a people so that full understanding, awareness, and gladly willing to follow and the will and the leader. Effect of leadership style on employee performance. The result of research showed the condition by Agus Marimin at Bank Malat Sukarta branch in what found that leadership style had a positive and significant influence on employees' performance. The positive influence show the three and direct influence between leadership style and employee performance, or in other words, with good leadership style, like employee performance, while the significant influence show the leadership style has significant effect on employees' performance. Chapter 3, Closing. 1. Consolation. Understanding leadership is an ability or strength in the person to influence others and train and work, wherein the goal is the active, the target of the organization that has been determined, the target of organizational that's determined. 3 are 4 types of leadership style in general, including authoritarian, democratic, situational, and charismatic. The performance of employees in individual things because as employees have different level of ability to do their job. Management measure employees for their performance based on the performance of its employees. The leadership style of leadership the organization is very important in the progress of the organization for rates of company depending of the leadership style of leader, but in influence so that the company goals are achieved. 2. Suggestion. Leadership style is very influential on employees' performance, for that a good leadership style will make employees work according appropriate standard. That's my presentation. Thank you very much.